comic book fans, and welcome to another exciting edition of Cammy's Comic Corner. I'm your host as always, Cammy. Now, we have a pick of the week, we have a Fast Five, enough of this jibba jabba, let's get right into it. The pick of the week from DC Comics. We have Adventure Comics number 6, written by Geoff Johns and art by Francis Manapul. Now, last issue, Lex Luthor came a-knocking, and Superboy answered the door, and Kryptonite is blasted into space. We learned this issue that Lori is actually Lex Luthor's niece, and he has a sister, Lena, that we just don't know about because she's crippled, she's just in this vegetative state, and, you know, this fight's kind of going on between Superboy and Lex, and Superboy saying, like, you know, you're so evil that you don't even care about your own family. Well, Lex sees that as a challenge and says, well, I can make her walk again. You know, I just want to after Superman's dead. And so they have this little challenge, and Superboy will go run errands for Lex to get him all the materials that he needs to make a little concoction that'll make Lori's mom walk again, his sister. So, Superboy first has to go back in time, get a fern leaf. That's only for his tea. That's just warm-ups. And he has to go to Atlantis, Paradise Island, to Bizarro World, to get all these different ingredients. Well, Lex makes a potion. He makes a nice little concoction that makes Lena walk again. Everyone's so happy. Everyone's, oh, Lex actually did it. He is the savior of humanity. And then he takes the antidote to this miracle solution, plugs it right back into Lena, and she turns back into a vegetable. And the most creepy line that just sums up Lex Luthor as an evil person is, Lex giveth and Lex taketh away. That is pretty evil. And then he runs off with a Brainiac, and we find out that even though he's gotten away, he's talking to Brainiac, and apparently Superboy was just the stage 1. Stage 2 of his cloning is with a different alien DNA. And so now we have a Lex Luthor Brainiac hybrid. What the fuck? Killer issue. Francis Manapul's art just makes this feel like a fun, action-packed comic. This is something you can probably give to a child and say, here, have fun, go get addicted for the rest of your life. Now on to the Fast Five. First up from Dark Horse, we have Conan, Weight of the Crown number 1. Now this entire issue is written and drawn by Derek Robertson. That's right, the guy of The Boys and Transmet fame. In this issue, he tells the story of Conan as a mercenary, you know, for hire as usual, in this epic battle, and the guy, the king who hired Conan, he dies, and the people decide that the king's son isn't any good to lead. How about this big young warrior, Conan? Hey, we'll let you have the keys to the kingdom. And we learned through this issue that, you know, warriors don't make the best kings because they're all about them, all about, you know, getting laid every night with 30 concubines, while the whole, you know, rest of the villagers, their crops are dying, they're getting sick, etc. So he eventually gives his crown up to the son who returns at the end. But Derek Robertson's art really, really goes well with Conan. And, you know, who knew that guy could write? Pretty cool stuff. I really enjoyed it. Next up from Marvel, we have Amazing Spider-Man number 617. Now, Joe Kelly's back, and he's telling the tale of the Rhino, and how we have the old Rhino, Alexis, and there's kind of a power play for the new Rhino. This new Rhino is really high-tech. He's a lot more updated than the old Rhino, and his mission is to kill old Rhino just so he can, you know, ascend and be the Rhino. Well, this all, you know, happens at a casino. Peter Parker just happens to be by taking pictures, and he might even go back to Frontline, you know, since Buell's destroyed and J. Jonah Jameson is kind of cuckoo. But anyway, Spider-Man shows up, gets between the two rhinos, and at the end, Spidey talks Alexis down from the cliff of, you know, jumping off and being the Rhino again. He can have enough courage to be a coward and not go and face him and getting back into that life of crime because he has someone he loves now. It was a great issue, great art, great writing, Amazing Spider-Man. One of the reasons this book was one of my top 5 series of 2009. Next up from Avatar, we have Absolution number 6. Now this is the final issue for this miniseries, and John Dusk is taken into custody. He's thinking he's going to get executed or whatnot, doesn't want any special privileges, but his teammate breaks him out because she shows him that he's really, really popular with the public. They think he's doing an outstanding job going after these pedophiles, these rapists, these sick fucks that keep on getting out of jail after they serve their time, only to go do more fucked up things on the street again. And me personally, you know, I kind of had that feeling sometimes. It's like, okay, they're obviously going to go out and rape and kill and ruin lives again. Why can't we just execute these people? This is just me talking. I mean, some people, you might feel the same way sometimes. But so this is why John Dusk has, you know, lived to fight another day. He is the vigilante going after the people we don't like. Next up from Marvel Max, we have the PunisherMAX, number 3. Now, the Kingpin and Frank Castle, they finally meet in this issue, because Kingpin hears along the grapevine that this old lady, this old scallywag, who's been with the Mafia and the families for years, knows about his little trick. You know, she's not fooled by this whole appearance of, oh yes, I'm just the Kingpin's bodyguard. No one would pay attention to me while I sneak through the back door and actually become the Kingpin. So he has to go silence her. Well, there's a big shootout between him and her, and then the Punisher gets thrown into the mix. And so now they have a friendly little, you know, shootout. And then the Punisher, you know, has to deal with someone else's. Kingpin gets away. But now Kingpin, his bosses are saying, hey, we're throwing too much money into this outfit. We're going to probably yank the plug on this. He's not ready to go. He's probably going to make his move soon. And meanwhile, that same boss has called an outside assassin to come take care of the Punisher. And, you know, it could be, I'm just saying, Jason Aaron has hinted that we're going to be seeing Max Bullseye soon. So this Mennonite might be Bullseye, which would be very interesting in my opinion. But cool stuff. And finally this week from Boom Studios, we have The Anchor number 4. Now we get a little bit more backstory on the Anchor, or Clem for short. And Clem is going up against another hideous beast. And he's kind of being attacked from 2 different sides. He's getting attacked down in hell as he's guarding the gateway, and he's getting attacked on Earth here. And this creature, you know, he has a little funny looking mask on, but as soon as that mask gets knocked off, it's nothing but teeth. Tons and tons of teeth. Big pointy teeth. Nice, nasty, big pointy teeth. And so the only way to defeat this monster is to actually go inside and eat his way out. So he gets demolished and eaten, and he eats the heart and explodes out of the monster while chewing on the heart. So it was a cool issue. They almost got his little girlfriend there at the end, but he saves her. But is she possessed now? Who knows? But The Anchor, gorgeous art. It's great story. It is the comic you should be reading in 2010. Well, comic book fans, that does it this week for Cammy's Comic Corner. If you want more Cammy's Comic Corner goodness, head on over to www.cammyscomiccorner.com. From there you can follow me on Twitter. You can see the written reviews. You can see the book of the month reviews. And leave a little donation or a review on iTunes if you like what you see. Also, if you like any of the kick-ass t-shirts that you see me wearing, I'm always full of hope, head on over to deadlinegraphics.net and send Kelly an email. The deal for January this month is free shipping on all U.S. orders and half off on shipping on international orders. And also, if you go to the site, there should be a link to his new little Yahoo group where you can see a lot more of the t-shirts because rapid search wasn't really working for him. So, if you want more kick-ass t-shirts, because there's only one name that I trust when it comes to comic book t-shirts, head on over to deadlinegraphics.net. Also, another huge shout out to my other sponsor, Rising Sun Creations at rsc-online.com. They have the best of both worlds of U.S. comic books, collectible toys imported straight from Japan, and manga, all located on their online store at rsc-online.com. Or if you're in the San Diego area, head on over to their Mission Valley store, right across the street from Mission Valley. They always have good deals going on. They have a 50% off graphic novels wall, in-store only, so if you want more of that good stuff, check them out. Just do yourself a favor. Well, comic book fans, like I said before, this does it for this week of Cammy's Comic Corner. I'm off to watch the Chargers game, because they're going to beat the Jets, and they're going to spank them raw. They're going to just go... Next, it's going to be wild. So, until then, this has been Cammy's Comic Corner. I have been your host, Cammy. Au revoir. I don't know French. I really don't.